Happy to welcome in the newest member of the Black and Gold, quarterback Spencer Rattler joins WWL Saints Radio. How's it feeling, Spencer?
Oh, man, it feels amazing. Very blessed. Happy to be a New Orleans Saint.
I knew you took a top 30 visit with the team. How did it feel? How did it go with them? Obviously, the team felt very highly of you to make this pick.
Yes, sir. No, the visit was amazing. I had a great time down there, just talking ball, getting to know the coaching staff, GMs. It was a great visit. Had a great feeling after leaving there and knew they would be in the mix and, really happy they picked me.
Spencer, how you doing? Deuce McAllister, man, congratulations. I know you're finally happy to be able to get off the board, and you're familiar with Louisiana just because you've come to the Manning camp a lot since you were basically a kid. And just talk about that relationship with that Manning family and, what it means to be able to come to a team that Archie played at and, just that connection that you have to the family.
Yeah, it's awesome. Was down there at the Manning camp a few years ago. Made a great relationship with the Mannings, specifically Archie. He would stay in touch with me every week throughout these past 2 seasons. And matter of fact, he just texted me about 10 minutes ago congratulating me. So it's a blessing to be picked, where he's a legend at. And, I'm just excited to get to work.
A lot has been talked about the transition that you made from Oklahoma over to South Carolina, and I think the biggest thing that a lot of people will say is he matured. He matured not only as a person but as a player. Talk a little bit about some of the things that you tried to kind of change from getting your feet wet and then actually being in the college game for a little while, and just how that all went for you.
I think you naturally just grow when you experience a little adversity. I look at it as a blessing in disguise. Everything happens for a reason. God already had the plan written out. So I wouldn't change a thing, from my past, from my career. But I think just experience a little adversity in college, that helps you grow, and I call it a natural curve of growth in every position you need to grow in. So when I made that transition to South Carolina, I wanted to come in and acclimate with my new teammates, not force anything early, just naturally kind of work my way into there and gain their trust and respect through my work habits. So I'm going to have the same mindset coming into the Saints, learn as much as I can, stay humble, work as hard as I can, and just gain their trust and respect.
Spencer, Mike Detillier from WWL, first of all, congratulations. Deuce and I were talking about the whip you have as a passer. Is there a baseball background with you? Because it almost comes out like a baseball shortstop or pitcher, the way it comes out like clean over the top. So is there a baseball background with you?
I played baseball all the way up till high school with shortstop pitcher, but, I've been playing quarterback since I was 7 years old, just have always been able to throw that ball. My dad said, I wanted to play receiver when I was 7, but I was the only kid that can throw the ball around. So, kind of naturally fell into that role. And then, was lucky enough to get with my quarterback coach, who's still my coach to this day, Mike Giovando, and I've been with him since I was 11 or 12 years old. So we've been trying to perfect everything throughout the years and find new techniques, ways to get better, cleaner, faster. So mechanically, I feel very good about my mechanics. So, I credit that to coaching and God-given ability.
Spencer, one of the things with you is a lot of guys are arm throwers. But I see the way you set up and you use that lower body to create that power in your throws. And that's something that's sometimes not natural with a quarterback because they just want to rely on their arms so much. But you've developed that mechanics of using that lower body to generate that power for those tight throws.
Yes, sir. You can't be an all-arm thrower. I think that comes with – I played all sports coming up, baseball, basketball, football, and you got to use your lower half in whatever you're doing, especially being a quarterback. You can even talk about golf. It's the same type of lower body mechanics with your hips, legs. So I feel like naturally just throughout the years of working at it and then, kind of just that being my motion. You don't have to be the biggest and strongest guy to rip a 45-yard post in there or throw it 60, 70 yards. You got to use that lower half and have good mechanics and a little God-given ability. So, definitely want to keep using that lower half and getting it stronger and stronger.
You had such a strong 2023 year. I love the 69% passes, 19 touchdowns. You started 12 games. What is it that you do to maneuver to keep your pocket clean, to get that clean alley, to get that clean throw?
Yeah, I think – I think you got to have a natural feel, to work that pocket. I think just going through reps, experience, game reps, practice reps, watching tape, knowing what you got to correct, and we still have much more to correct. I think you just got to have that natural feel. I'm not a 6'6" guy, where I could just sit back there and see everything. So you got to learn how to maneuver that pocket, and I think I've just had to, do that most of my life. And, this year we had a lot of injuries up front, a lot of young guys playing. It was an unfortunate season with injuries and everything like that. So, had to adjust even more and be able to work that pocket and help the team. So whatever way we can get that ball out, be efficient, protect the ball, know your reads, see in front of your throws, you got to maneuver that pocket. So, continuing to work that, and then, obviously coaching as well, implementing drills where you might be stepping up in the pocket too much. You're feeling ghosts, as we like to say, in that pocket when you're getting pressure. So just being tough, hanging in there, and making the throw.
Spencer, seeing that you're often in touch still with Archie Manning, what's it like getting to talk ball with a legend?
It's awesome. I'm looking forward to more talks with him. He's stayed in touch with me, hit me up probably every week, every other week throughout these past 2 years at South Carolina. He's a big fan of me, which is awesome because obviously I'm a big fan of not just him, but the Manning family as a whole, coming up, watching all of them, be successful. And, what a great family, what a great guy to have in your corner. And I think it's awesome that I'm in New Orleans where he paved the way. And, I wish I could, do half of what he did.
Spencer, do you kind of emulate your game to somebody? Are you watching film of a certain quarterback? Everybody has somebody that they try to take some traits from. Who is somebody that film-wise that you've watched and say, that's what I want to kind of be like?
Yeah, for me, I've never really tried to emulate my game after one person in particular. I love watching guys tape, Aaron Rodgers, Mahomes, Matthew Stafford, all these guys I've watched coming up, trying to, implement what they do and put that into my game, work with that in training. And, I think if you could take little tidbits and bits of what they do and try to work that in your training, you can get good at it and it'll help your game. But everybody's their own player. I don't try to emulate my game after anybody, but I love watching, all other quarterbacks tape.
Spencer, one of the things, you grew up in the Arizona area. It gets hot there, but you at Manning camp, so you know one thing. It gets hot here, and the humidity is really something. You guys felt it that year because it was really, really hot and really humid that year when you came down.
Man, that was the hottest place I've ever been in my whole life, down there in Thibodeau in that summertime, out there for 5-6 hours during the day. But, I'm used to that heat from Arizona. I'm used to that 115, but dry heat. But, yeah, I'm good with the humidity. Was in Columbia for a couple of years, and it's pretty humid down there too, but we'll be all right.
Spencer, this is Mike Haas again. Just curious about the impact in, Mobile, Alabama, your play there, how you did MVP, the impact that it probably had on you post, where you are today.
Yeah, that was a very beneficial week for me, going down there, getting to show what I got, with all the best players in the country. I had goals coming into that week. I wanted to win the quarterback of the week and be the MVP of the game, but that came with, we had to acclimate quickly with new guys, obviously create that chemistry, be a good leader just with the short week we had, get in and out the huddle with the pro-style verbiage we had. Was very confident with that coming in, and, man, it was a super successful week. Had a ton of fun down there in Mobile.
Spencer, saw that the Gamecocks football tweeted out the video of you getting the phone call from the Saint. You had that black and gold hat ready to put on. What you know about the city of New Orleans, and what are you most looking forward to, I guess, discovering about it? Yeah,
I know it's a lot of good food down there. Great culture, great football culture. I know the people love the Saints. A lot of winning history there, so I'm excited to get down there and experience that. I'm just looking forward to it, man. I'm looking forward to it. Very happy, very blessed to be picked by them. And black and gold, it's going to look good.
Once again, welcome into Saints Nation, Spencer Rattler, new quarterback for the black and gold. I want to give you a chance to give a big shout-out to Saints Nation. Can you give the Saints fans a big who-dat on this big draft day for you?
Who-dat? Ready to get to work. Let's go.